Hey everyone, welcome to this art series episode and time-lapse video. In this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about my newfound motivation for making art a much bigger part of my life, creating it more consistently, and trying to become more of what I would call a professional artist. So I'd like to thank everyone who voted on the poll for the topic for this video. I hope to do it again in the future. Last year, I made it a goal that I wanted to be doing more art so that by the end of 2017, I could start selling some original works and some prints, but things really didn't go as planned, and that goal was sadly not met. So this year, I decided to look at it in a little bit of a different way. I decided rather than focusing on a long-term goal, I would make several short-term goals for myself, which would be creating one painting per month for the entire year. And so far, it's only February, yes, but so far things have been going really well for me, and I've been really excited and really motivated to create the entire time. So in January, I did 3 small 5x7 studies, and so far this month, I'm already almost halfway through my painting for the month. So things have been really great, and I'm really excited about what I'm doing. So what changed? How did I motivate myself to be creating consistently and to remain excited about it? Well, I think it's a good idea that I start with what was preventing me from doing this in the past. As artists, we have to deal with a lot of outside discouragement about being an artist at all. So that can be a little tough to deal with, especially when a lot of the time it's family and friends who just don't see how anyone can make it as an artist or being an artist as a career. So there is that part. But I feel like, honestly, my biggest roadblock has been me. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in any of my videos before, but I've definitely talked about it over on my blog, that I went to art school and I graduated art school in 2004. Now in art school, you're always creating art. You never have to think about it because that's what you're there for. You have scheduled times that you're creating art every single day, and outside of your classes, you're creating art in most of your spare time. But since I finished art school, I really haven't done a whole lot of art. I've created art here and there whenever the mood would strike me, or I felt like making a gift for somebody, or something like that. But I'm sure that I must have created less than 20 pieces from 2004 up until 2017. And that's really sad and actually quite strange for somebody who is so passionate about art and being creative. I mean, I have a whole channel that's built around being creative. But I'm being creative in so many other ways besides drawing or painting. And those are 2 things that I really do love in my life. So the biggest thing that was stopping me from making art regularly was fear. And I know this is a common thing amongst artists, that we fear that we're going to sit down and try to create something and it's going to be bad, or it's not going to live up to what we expect of ourselves at least. And this was the case for me. I knew I could draw. I knew I could draw from still lifes. I knew I could draw from the human figure. I knew that I could draw from reference photos, but when it came to me taking something out of my imagination and putting it down on paper, even as just a sketch, I couldn't do it. And therefore, I felt like I must not really be an artist. I felt like an imposter, like I didn't belong. And a lot of people might try to tell you that if you can't create artwork based from your imagination alone, then it's not really art. But I'm going to tell you that that is not true. Reference photos are just another tool that artists have at their disposal that they can use to create beautiful pieces of art. And why should we be discouraged from using them? And nowadays, most artists do use reference photos to varying degrees. Some only need to rely on them a little bit, and some people need to rely on them a little bit more. So now on to what has been motivating me, and that is other people creating beautiful art. Over the past several years, I have been watching a lot of TV painters create some pretty nice artwork, and that really started to inspire me a little bit more to get into painting. And so that's what I did. A couple years ago for my birthday, my boyfriend bought me everything I would need to get started with oil painting, which is something I've wanted to try for so long. I've done a lot of drawing in charcoal and graphite and a lot of other mediums, and I've done quite a bit of watercolor painting, but I had never gotten to try oils. As I started to become more and more inspired by these painters that I seen on TV, I started to get curious about other people creating art. So I went to YouTube and somehow I came across an artist named Happy D. Some of you may have heard of her, and maybe some of you subscribe to her channel. And any of the artists I mention in this video, I will leave links to their channels or social media sites down in the description. So as I said, I came across the artist called Happy D, and she was creating stuff that inspired me so much. Portraits and figure work with a little bit of a surrealism feel to them, and she used such bright, vibrant colors. I just fell in love with her artwork right away. And that's where the motivation really began. So I think that's where I decided that I wanted to make a goal for myself last year to be creating more artwork. But things didn't quite work out, as I mentioned earlier in the video. So at the end of 2017, just before the holidays, I started thinking a little bit more about my art goals and what I wanted them to be in the new year. And that's when I started exploring YouTube and looking for other artists that I might like. Looking for time-lapse videos of people doing incredible oil paintings and just devouring them as quickly as I could find them. And in doing that, I came across a German artist by the name of Lioba Brückner, and I have never been more inspired by an artist that I have ever come across before. And it feels silly because I'm getting emotional, because her artwork is the main inspiration for me wanting to take things more seriously and to create. Her artwork just makes me want to create. Every time I watch one of her videos, it just makes me want to paint and to make something beautiful and to just get better at it. She's creating the exact type of art that I've always wanted to do. I wanted to paint people, and I didn't want it to be a bad thing to paint people from reference photos. But not only that, she creates her own compositions using reference photos and adjusts them to be something that is more unique than just copying somebody else's photography, which is actually someone else's artwork. But she's really made me feel like this is now something that I can do. This is something that I want to do, that I'm excited about, and something has just shifted inside of me where I finally feel like I do belong. I do belong to a group of people called artists, and I can be an artist, and I can probably eventually sell my art and sell my prints. And it makes me so happy to say that. And it makes me so happy to be doing that. So that has really been what has motivated me and kept me motivated and kept me inspired, is just watching her videos. I must have watched nearly all of her videos in the last few months, and I'm always so excited. I can't wait for when she posts new videos. So in just watching these people's videos, the thing that I've come to realize is that you should just be creating art using whatever means work for you. And with practice, that's how you get better and better. And it's a process. So eventually, you'll just get better and better. And eventually, you'll be able to rely less on reference photos whenever you want to. But you don't have to be good at it right away. So that's it, guys. That's what's been motivating me lately, these wonderful artists. And I highly recommend that if you're having trouble keeping yourself motivated, keeping yourself inspired, to go online and look for artists that maybe will inspire you too. With the invention of social media, it's become so easy to find anything that you're looking for, and in turn, it's become a lot easier for people to find you. So that's great news for us artists. And as I said, I will leave those artists' names down in the description for you guys, along with some other ones I didn't mention in this video but are also very inspiring to me. I hope that you guys liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to click the thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you'd like to keep up with all of my latest videos. And come find me over on social media. I'll have all those links in the description for you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys there. I hope you guys have a super awesome day, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye-bye!